The story begins at a middle school graduation ceremony, where all the students have gathered together for the last time. A boy named Io approaches a girl and says, "Asakawa, I like you. Will you go on a date with me?" The girl replies that Io is a very nice person and she likes him for that. But just the thought of dating him makes her feel like throwing up. Io is completely devastated and thinks to himself that this is the first rejection that has genuinely made him consider dying. His friend comes over to cheer him up, but then asks a heartbreaking question: how many rejections he has received so far. Io asks why he's being so cruel, and his friend explains that since they won't meet after today, he's just curious. Io reveals that he has officially reached 100 rejections. His friend is shocked that even after failing 99 times, Io never gave up and asks when he started asking girls out. Io recalls that his first rejection happened when he was just 8 months old. Desperate for love, Io says he wants to fight a love battle instead of playing with snowballs. His friend wonders why someone as kind as Io gets rejected so often and jokingly hopes that if his rejection count increases in high school, he won't die. Io tells him not to curse his future. Seeking divine help, Io goes to a shrine and prays for a girlfriend. Suddenly, a figure appears and tells him not to worry. Startled, Io screams, but the figure explains that he is the god of that shrine. The god tells Io that he is destined to get a girlfriend in high school. In fact, he will meet his soulmate, someone chosen for him since birth. The god explains that when soulmates meet, they feel an electric shock through their bodies and instantly fall in love, something commonly called love at first sight. Girls usually understand this immediately, but boys take a bit longer. Breaking the fourth wall, the god complains that Io should stop repeating his lines because there's a lot to cover, even mentioning that some of his lines were cut in the manga. He explains that not everyone has a soulmate, but those who do are very lucky. However, due to a major mistake, Io has 100 soulmates. Io is stunned. The god admits that on the day Io was born, he got distracted watching a TV show called Castle in the Sky and accidentally assigned Io 100 soulmates. Io gets angry and questions what kind of god watches TV while working. However, the god gives a serious warning. Meeting a soulmate is a blessing, but if soulmates meet and don't end up together, they will eventually die. 1 month later, Io starts high school. On his way, he bumps into 2 girls at the same time, and instantly all 3 of them feel that electric shock. Io realizes they must be his soulmates, but tries to act normal. The 2 girls, Hakari and Karane, pretend to injure their legs to get his attention. Seeing them hurt, Io blames himself and starts crying, thinking he's a terrible soulmate for hurting them at their first meeting. Touched by his pure heart, the girls become emotional and take him to the medical room. Io feels like the luckiest person in the world, though he's also nervous. Soon, they find out they're all in the same class. Later, they hear a rumor that if you find a 4-leaf clover in the school garden and confess with it, your success rate becomes 100%. After school, Io stays back to help a teacher find a lost contact lens. Then, he sees Hakari and Karane searching for clovers in the garden and realizes they're working hard for him. He decides to approach them with drinks. Hakari tries to indirectly kiss him by sharing a drink, but gets so excited that she spills it and starts crying. Io offers his handkerchief, and Hakari suddenly confesses that she loves him madly and doesn't want to wait anymore. At that moment, Karane arrives with many cans, pretending not to care but clearly jealous. She also confesses that although she acts like it's a favor, she actually loves him and wants to be his girlfriend. Both girls demand that he choose one. Io returns home, deeply troubled by the decision, and goes back to the god, who confirms that if he chooses one, the other will eventually die because she won't be happy without her soulmate. Terrified, Io briefly considers secretly dating both, but rejects the idea because he wants to be honest and loyal since both girls are sincere. The next day at school, Io gives his answer. He wants both of them to be his girlfriends. Karane initially gets angry, but Io explains that he spent all night searching the garden with the teachers until he found 2 4-leaf clovers as gifts. He tells them he can't choose because he loves them equally and promises to do his best to make both of them happy. Hakari is deeply moved and agrees immediately, saying she can't imagine loving anyone else. Eventually, Karane also agrees. The next morning, Io is so excited about having girlfriends that he doesn't sleep at all. When Hakari and Karane arrive, he's seen talking happily to a pole. Karane mocks him, but he explains his lack of sleep. The romantic mood deepens when Hakari holds Io's hand, not wanting to be left behind. Io holds Karane's hand too. Karane acts like a classic tsundere, saying she doesn't like it much, but allows it because Io looks happy. They decide to call each other by their first names, which makes both girls very happy. As they walk through school, they see the scary vice principal chasing a student. Hakari warns that she's very strict about rules, If she catches someone running in the corridor, she'll chase them to the ends of the earth and punish them with a French kiss. Io calls it emotional damage, but Hikari clarifies it's also physical, because her kiss attack is unavoidable. The conversation turns to kissing, and Io admits he has never kissed anyone. Hikari and Karane realize whoever kisses him first will get his first kiss, sparking a silent but intense competition. By evening, they get tired and argue again, calling the plan stupid. Feeling like a useless and inexperienced boyfriend, Io runs away in despair. In a moment of self-sacrifice, he runs through the corridor shouting to attract the vice principal, deciding that if his first kiss is causing conflict, he'll let her take it instead. As she lunges at him, Karane grabs her by the neck, while Hikari tricks her by saying a school inspector has arrived, making her leave. The girls are shocked that Io would go that far. He explains he loves them so much that he'd rather waste his first kiss than see them upset. Deeply moved, the girls suggest that if he wants to waste it, he could kiss the other girl instead. Io comes up with a new idea, a three-way kiss. Though hesitant since their lips would technically touch each other too, they realize their bond is strong enough. Holding hands, the three share a group kiss, resolving their conflict. The next day, the trio goes to the library to find books. Hikari and Karane are still arguing over one, but they are closer than before. While browsing the shelves, Ao accidentally bumps into another girl. The moment their eyes meet, that familiar electric shock runs through them. Another soulmate connection. Io has just met his third soulmate, and his journey toward 100 girls continues.